Hello, it's Rebecca here from Precious Pages Papercraft, and today I'm designing a layout for Hip Kit Club. I'm working with the August 22 kits, which are beautiful, full of loads of bright summery colours, perfect for all my holiday photos, so that's what I'm going to be scrapping today. And it's Mixed Media Monday, so I'm going to be getting a little bit messy with the August colour kit. And we get loads in the colour kit this month. We get 3 Lindy sprays, we get a stencil, and we get a set of cut files, so loads of things. And this is one of the cut files we get in the colour kit here, this gorgeous sunburst. And it's got perfect semicircle in the middle that I can use to house my photo. So I've just used that cut file just to trace the shape that I need on my photo. I almost stick it down here. I put my glue on and then I just go to put my photo on and realise when I go to add my mixed media to my cut file, my photo is going to get really messy. That's not going to work. So I've just used the tissue just to dry that glue back off, and I can go back to adding some colour to my cut file, which is what I had planned to do. So as well as getting the sun cut file, you also get all the sort of internal or negative parts, which is perfect because I want to use all those sun rays on my layout. So for the sun, I'm going to use the the orange and the pink Lindy sprays. So I'm just spraying them directly onto the cut file. I've not added any gesso or anything to the cut file. I'm just spraying directly. So the pink spray we get is called, I've got to try and say this now, Hottie Patotty Hot Pink. And it is a gorgeous bright pink colour, right up my street. I love pink. And the kind of yellowy colour one we get is called California Poppy Gold, and they are, all 3 of them are starburst sprays, so they are lovely and glittery. And you can see there I've just put the cut file on some packaging and then just sprayed directly on, come back and forth between the 2 sprays, and that's given me a lovely ombre effect. So now I can pop those to one side to dry. And I didn't want to waste all that gorgeous colour on the packaging, so I just pressed a bit of cardstock down to that just to soak up that ink, so I can use that for either another background, or I can cut some shapes from it, or loads of different options, but it just felt like really criminal to waste all that ink. So just saved a little bit of it there. So I've put that to side to dry, and then this is my background cardstock. I'm using smooth white cardstock, and I have applied some clear gesso to that. And then I've just off camera here, I've let that dry. My cut file is also dried, and I've just added the glue again and backed the cut file with my photo. And I've used clear gesso for the white cardstock because I find that white gesso, it's not really white, it tends to dry sort of creamy coloured. So if I'm using white cardstock, and I am going to use gesso, which is very rarely, but when I do, I always reach for clear gesso. I think the one I'm using at the moment is a Liquitex one. And then once that's dried, I'm using the blue Lindy Starburst spray that we get. So this one is called Delphinium Turquoise, and it is one of my favourite ever Lindy Starburst sprays. It's got gorgeous sparkle in it. I mean, they all have, but this blue in particular, I just love. So I've sprayed it directly onto my background. I've added lots of water on top of that, and I'm using my fingers and a paintbrush to mix that colour around a bit and move it around my page, but also tilting the page. I don't want all the colour to pool in the middle. I do want it to reach out to the outer edges, but I want it to kind of fade away towards the outer edge. So I will add a bit more water to the outer edges to try and fade that colour out. And just to bring in a bit more sparkle, we'll talk about the sun here. I've got a lovely sunny layout. I wanted a bit of gold on my page. So I'm using a Shimmers Inklings there called Good as Gold, and I've just added a little bit into my background. And you can see there it's given it a nice little bit of sparkle, gold sparkle in the middle, which I think is beautiful, but I do end up covering most of that up with my cut file. But never mind, there is a little bit there. So I'm not quite finished with my background. I want to add a little bit more detail to that blue to jazz it up a bit and make it a bit more interesting. So just on some white cardstock, I've made myself a couple of kind of makeshift stencils. I've drawn a cloud outline, and I'm now using a Catherine Pooler ink pad that we got a while back in a colour kit. I think it might have even been last August. It's called Something Borrowed, I think is the shade. And I'm using that cloud stencil on a blending brush to just add ink to the edges, and you can see as I'm overlapping the edge of the stencil, it's leaving that cloud imprint, and I'm moving that about and overlapping it, and I'm turning the stencil over to get different variations on the curved edges, and it just gives a nice detail to my background. So I've got clouds for the top, obviously behind my sun, and then I've made a wavy one to go on the bottom to kind of mimic waves in the sea. And again, same thing, I'm moving a stencil around, turning it over every now and then, just to get variation in those waves and trying to make them look a bit more realistic. And that's just added some subtle detail to the background. It's not overbearing, and you'll see in the photos at the end when it's all dried and finished and sort of a lot of it's covered up, you don't notice it massively, but it is just a little bit of detailing in the background, nice and subtle, which I really like. And I love how that cut file is looking against that background. The yellow and the pink is just really popping, and then you've got the orange in my little boy's shirt as well, just against the blue. I just love that colour combination. And now I'm trying to decide what to do with this cut file and photo, because I had intended to stick the cut file itself down flat to the page and then raise up all the individual sun rays on foam. But I do like to have foam behind my photos to raise that up. I didn't want that flat to the page. And I was a bit worried that if I raised the photo up on foam, that those sun rays wouldn't quite look right then, stuck flat to the background. And I sort of ummed and ahed for a little bit and decided to just go with it and see how it went. And actually it turned out okay. So I've got some foam behind my photo, I'm sticking those sun rays down flat, just with wet glue, and actually they do stick okay. I thought there might be a little bit of kind of like warping in the middle where it's the foam under the photo was dragging the sun rays up, but actually they stuck okay. And then each of those individual sun rays now I am going to bring back in, and I'm going to raise those up on foam. And it's just an interesting way to use the cut file rather than like backing it or anything. I'm using those bits that came in the colour kit. I'm just going to replace them with the foam behind them, and it just brings in a little bit of dimension and some shadowing, which obviously you get with the sun. So I just love the way that looks. I'm just going to take some time now to get all of these pieces popped back in the right place. So I've skipped through the majority of that for you. I've used just cheap craft foam behind those, it's just a bit easier because it's a bit bigger. But then the very narrow edges as they reach my photo, I'm just adding a little foam pad behind each of those, just to make sure that the entire piece is raised up. I love how that turns out. And I'm using one of the puffy stickers for my title today. Those are from the embellishment kit and I absolutely adore them. I think those and the fabric pieces that we get in the kits this month are my favourite products. And everything this month, I haven't said yet, is exclusive. So it's all Hip Kit exclusive products, which I just think makes the kits really special. And everything matches really nicely and works together. It's just absolutely perfect. So I've used one of those puffy stickers, the word sunshine, and then I've added a cardstock die cut from one of the embellishment packs that says good times. So I've got sunshine good times as my title, and then once that is in place, I'm really terrible with my titles. I go straight to the embellishing and then forget to leave a spot for my title. So I'm trying to get into the habit of doing my titles first at the moment. So I've got my title down now. I'm going to move on to embellishing, and there's loads of stuff in the August kit. I was really spoilt for choice with what to use, but I've pulled out some of the chipboard pieces from the embellishment kit and also some of the puffy stickers from the Pocket Life kit, and I'm just making some clusters either side of my photo. So over on the left there, I've got a surfboard with a palm tree that says Chase the Sun, which coincidentally is the name of this exclusive collection. I've also added a chipboard sun just above that. And over onto the right, I've used one of the circular chipboard flares we get in the embellishment kit. And it's got a little palm tree on and says sunshine, and a little snorkel mask as well, which I thought was pretty cute. And also down the bottom there, I've just added, you get a couple of blue wavy lines. I thought they looked really cool at the bottom with my wavy stenciling, so I've added those down there. And I'm just looking for some small bits now to add in. I don't want to embellish too heavily because I don't want to cover up all that beautiful mixed media I've just spent my time doing. There's nothing more frustrating than spending a lot of time doing mixed media and then covering it all up, and it happens so often. But I love the colours of the products we get this month, and I love the background and the way the cut file looks, so I didn't want to then cover all of that up. So I was looking for small things in the collection, which, you know, was no task because there's loads of small things to use. Like I said, I'm spoilt for choice. So from the puffy stickers pack, I've added a little camera and a bottle of sunscreen over on the left. And then down on the right, I've added a little tropical flower underneath my photo, and I love that because it matches the orange colour in my little boy's top in the photo. And then at the moment, I am using some of the chipboard sort of phrase stickers. Those are from the Pocket Life kit, and there's loads in that. And I've picked out 3 to use. I've got Ready for a Day of Warmth, Sunshine and Adventures, Summer Bucket List, and Doing What Comes Naturally. So I thought those were really nice to go with my photo of my little boy just kind of goofing around on the beach. And then over on the left, I've added one of the fabric pieces, and I mentioned those are one of my favourites. I just think they add so much texture to the page, and I always love how they look. And those are from the main kit. And then I've just finished off with a couple of small die cuts, so a couple of flowers and a pair of flip-flops, and those are from the die cut pack that we get in the main kit as well. And then I'm just going to add some journaling to my page. I am notoriously bad at journaling. I just don't tend to do it on the front of my layout. I always do it on the back where it can't be seen. But I had, again, a natural space like I did earlier in the month as well, that I thought actually it looked really nice to have some journaling there. So I've used a gold metallic pen. I've also added some gold thread behind that banner piece that said Good Times under my title. That's got gold thread behind it. So I thought just tie in with a bit more gold. I've used that gold pen for my journaling, and then I've just finished the layout off with some metallic gold splatters using acrylic paint from my stash. And that is me finished today. So I hope you've enjoyed this layout and the process. I absolutely love how it turned out. It's so colourful, and I just love creating bright, colourful layouts. And the products we get in the colour kit this month are so bold and beautiful and really shimmery, so we're perfect for my sunshiny beach layout. So thank you very much for joining me. Please do head over to our Hip Kit Club group on Facebook if you're not already a member. You'll see loads of inspiration there from all of the design team and all of our customers and friends, so do head on over. I'll leave a link in the description box below. I'll also leave a link to our website and our subscription page, so if you're not already a member or a subscriber of Hip Kit Club, do consider joining us. There's loads of benefits. Not only do you get your hands on these exclusive products that are just stunning, but you also get a discount on add-on kits, you get free postage on add-on kits, I believe you get a discount on your main kit, and you also get access to subscriber exclusive cut files. So loads of benefits, and I'll list them all below for you. So do head on over to the website and have a check out of everything there. But thanks again for joining me. I will leave you with the last few close-ups, and I'll see you next time.